Good evening, fellow Tcash merchants, and welcome to our second session of the day. The session is on make your first sale. This session comes right after the session fix your shop and prices. So we were able to, of course, in the Tcash Soko app, fix a shop. And of course, we were also able to fix the prices of the items that we were offering. And we say that for you to do that, you must ensure that you're on the business side of the app, because the app has two sections. And this the amazing thing about the app, it is separate your personal side from your business side, so that you get to handle them separately, but all under the same app. That is something I like about the Tcash Soko app. So today, under this session, we're going to learn how you can be able to make your first sale. Yani utauza aje? Tume set up shop, which is okay. It's a good thing. The shop is now okay. When the shop is now set, the next thing is to make money using the shop. The next thing is to exploit the advantages of the Tcash Soko app, because this app has so many advantages. In fact, the disadvantages are zero. The advantages are maximum. Why? Because this app helps you manage your shop. It helps you as a business owner become the manager of your shop and get control over your shop and your finances in a very amazing way, as you're going to explore this in the course of the week. So, under this session today, we're going to see how can you be able to sell. And when you sell, when is okay, how do you sell? And when you sell, how do you receive the money? Because people would want to understand all. I would also want to understand together with all of us how this can happen. Welcome, and let us get going. So, on this side of the business, of this side of the business side of the app, you start with a screen that shows you what I'm having. The first thing you'll see on your top left side is the business logo icon. Towards the top right is the notification bell. Of course, that's why you're going to get notification when people are placing order. Your notification bell is which orders have been placed. Inakuonyesha the balance, the Rotary tickets, and performance today. The performance today is not good. We have not sold. That is why the performance today is 0 shillings. It's showing me that it's a sale of 0 shillings. The number of transactions are zero. No transaction has been made. The number of orders, zero. The number of customers, zero. Upcoming bookings, zero. So you can see that this shop is completely new. Nothing has been done. So I want us now to change these numbers and get to have the sales move from zero to a certain figure. Get to have the transactions move from zero to a certain number. And for upcoming bookings that we cannot be able to edit together, because hii ni kitu itafanywa na mtu mwingine akiwa in another place. That is how a person will be able to book for services from your shop akiwa in another place. So you cannot now be able to book for yourself a service in your own shop. Hapa chini kabisa niko na option ya home, orders, then the sell, which is yellow somehow, an icon that is circular and yellow, and actually the biggest icon hapo chini ni ya sell. Why is it big? Why is it so shouting kinda? It's so that you can get to see it, like hapo ndio pesa iko. Ukiguza sell, then these three options appear. There is the option called catalog, there is the option called express, there is the option called voice assistant. I want us to get to know what each of them entails. The catalog entails a system like the one used in the supermarket. So ukienda super unachukua tu vitu and then you place your items in a basket, unakuja unapanga line, anachukua product zako akipass to kwa a certain screening machine, in a screen the codes, and it's able to get you the price of the commodity. So we ukujangi kumwambia hii nilikuwa nimeona ni 10 bob, nayo hii nilikuwa nimeona ni 50. No, you don't do that. You nini the item ina scan your code na inajua hii item ni hii amount. That is what catalog is. Like, it is where you have saved all your information. Remember, under fix shop and prices, kuna penye tulikuwa tuna edit the prices of items. So hapo kwa kuedit the prices of items, that is where now the catalog gets to come from. What about the express? The express is an option that is used to sell when it is extremely busy. Of course, we'll get to learn about it. When using express, you can also get to give items on discount when you don't want to use the catalog, because when you use the catalog, itatumia the real price yenye ulikuwa unauza product nayo, but nikitumia catalog inanitumia the real price, but nikitumia express naweza get to alter the price. So use the express when you want to give a discount. Then there is this other option, voice assistant. Voice assistant is a new feature, an upcoming feature, a very amazing feature. Imagine just talking to your phone about the products you want, and then it does the rest for you. That is what voice assistant is all about. Utakuwa unaiambia 5 items of this, inakutolea hizo products. Your work will be to complete the sale. That is what voice assistant is. So the session today, under this session, make your first sale, we're going to base our arguments on the catalog, or we're going to base our discussion on the catalog. How do you get to sell from the catalog? Of course, the rest of the other two will be discussed later in the week. So we go with the catalog. So nikiingia hapa kwa catalog, what appears is now the word checkout pale juu, and then I have the option of searching. So naweza kuwa mtu amekuja anataka photography, anataka maybe family portrait session or something, then I have the option of searching for that. Besides that, hapo chini I have the option of all, and then the categories that I have, photography and photography. So kwa all the things zenye niko nazo under the services in this shop, because this is the shop that we fixed together. All the events I have, or all the products I have under my services, ndio zote ziko hapa together with their prices. Ukiangalia hapa, corporate event photography per day, it's 20,000. Custom portrait per photo, it's 100. So ukiangalia, all of them are there. As I swipe down, all of them are there. So nataka nichukue one of these items, custom portrait per photo, the second item, because it's costing 100. So that can be bought by a person pretty easily. So maybe mtu amenunua kama mbili, amekuja ukampiga 2 photos ama hata 3, even 3 photos. Then you can see what you need to do is to just press the add button. Nikiguza add, zinaongezeka hapa kwa cart. Hii cart iko hapa chini pia in blue. When I press on add, ina change the price changes, and the number of items change. So tuseme nimempiga photo kama 5 or something of that sort. Maybe 5 photos is what I've taken. So nikichukua the 5 photos, nita press that cart, then inilete kwa hii screen. Kwa hii screen utaona that inanionyesha that this is a cart, and I can still delete it, because kuna option ya kudelete towards my right hand side at the very top. I can delete, or I can move back on my left hand side. So, and still I can get to remove or add the number of items that are there. So tuseme I have noted hazikuwa 5, zilikuwa 2. So I'll just quickly come and do the subtraction. The add and the plus is for adding. If you press the add, the number of items inaongezeka. That means the price pia inaongezeka. If you do the subtraction, what does that mean? That the number of items zinapungua and the price also reduces. So I've reduced these to, I wanted them to be 2. I had reduced one, but I have increased by another one so that now the number of items are two. Hapa chini unaona you have the option of add more. So that means if this is not the only one, you would want to add another one, you can add it from this section. And then hapo chini ya add more kuna checkout. Checkout ni penye sasa you are now satisfied. Like this is what I want to charge this client. Huyu mtu amekuja, nimempiga picha mbili ama nimempea hii product, anataka sabuni, anataka mafuta, anataka unga. So when I have added all those items together, hii ndio pesa anafaa nilipe. Then nikishaona that is correct, I'll proceed and do the checkout. Checkout ni kupokea sasa pesa. It's a way of now receiving your money because already ushachukua like everything. Usha put everything in consideration. Now it's just accepting the money. Nikiguza hii checkout, these three options appear. The first one is a QR code called the Soko QR code. What is this code? This is a code that can be scanned by the person buying from you if they have the Tcash Soko app. Okay. So the question that comes in is, so that means customers can also have the Soko? Yes, indeed, customers can have the Soko app. And when they come to your shop, it is important that you ask them whether they want to pay via the Soko QR code. And this will mean that they are now going to scan this code. Wakiscan, pesa inatoka kwa wallet yao, inakuja kwa wallet yako. The advantage of using the Soko QR code is that it is absolutely free. So they are not going to be charged for the transaction. And that is something that is very amazing about paying with the Soko. So customer anaweza scan, but maybe somebody will ask me, ataskania wapi? Ama kwa customer itakaaje? Because some customers will come to our shops na wako na app, but maybe hawajajua vizuri kuitumia. We are the people to guide them. Mwambie utaskania hapa. So nimefika kwa hii option ya kulipa. Where will the customer get to pay or scan this code from? I'll just go back a bit. I'll come back to these other two methods of payment so that we get to exploit these one. Nikirudi nyuma, I just want to confirm that I want to move out of the cart. Okay. Nikirudi hapa kwa home, remember I started by saying that this app has two sections. There is the personal section and the business section. For the customer, for them to scan your QR code and pay you directly using the money in their Tcash Soko wallet, then they ought to be on the personal side. So hiyo atakuwa kwa side ya personal. So kwa side ya personal, how do you move from the business to the personal? Una tap to personal pale juu, in between the business logo icon and the notification bell. Nikiguza personal hapo, utaona ina switch to the personal profile. So yeye customer ndio ascan code yako, anafaa akue kwa hii screen. Akiwa kwa hii screen anafaa ensure that ile Tcash balance ako nayo hapa juu. Remember, at the very top under the personal side inakuonyesha the Tcash balance that you have. The amount of money that you have in your Tcash wallet is appearing there. It is supposed to be that the amount of money that is appearing there is sufficient to pay. So customer ikikuja hapa akona maybe 50 shillings na anataka kitu ya 200 shillings, because that transaction will not go through. He needs to have a balance that can pay. So here akikuja kwa hii profile yake, as you can see it has the option of the balance, the amount of money spent today, ametumia pesa ngapi inamuonyesha hapo, then the Rotary tickets zenye ako nazo for spending. Even the more you buy with the app, the more you get to win Rotary tickets, and the more likely you are to win a reward. Then the bookings, hana bookings, ziko zero. General, then orders hapa chini kabisa, I have the option of home, the option of shop, and the option of scan. So yeye customer atakuja kwa scan, ataguza scan. Akiguza scan, itamtolea the option of using now the camera. Of course, I'll only say I want to use it now. So unaona like inakuletea that box. Kwa hiyo box ndio anafaa afit ile soko QR code yenye niko nayo on the other side. So ikifit hapo inalipa automatically. Are we together? The only thing atafanya ni kuweka tu pin. Akiweka tu pin hivi na inalipa the exact amount. So that is how the customer will get to scan. So back to the business section. Business section, our photo studio. Remember, another advantage of this app is that you can own more than one shop. So for you to move from the personal side, you tap the business side. If you own more than one shop, we'll make sure umeenda kwa the correct shop yenye unataka kuuza. I wanted to sell under the Aura Photo Studio, so I'll switch. The switching takes a single second. You are there. It's telling me there's an error. Let me just refresh. Yeah, it's okay now. So I come back to sell, catalog. You are selling the custom portrait per photo. We are selling 2 items for 200 and we had proceeded to check out. So hapa tumeona venye soko QR code itakuwa inatumika. Huyo mtu lazima akuwe na Tcash ndio ascan hii soko QR code. Akiscan hiyo pesa inakuja direct to your Tcash Soko wallet. There are other two options of payment or accepting payment hapa chini. One of them is the cash payment. So huyu customer anaweza kuwa hana soko, but that doesn't mean hawezi muuzia using the app. Unaweza muuzia using the app. And what is the advantage ya kumuuzia using the app? Remember, when you sell using the app, you will have a receipt for the transaction, and apart from that, utakuwa na higher chances za kubuild a credit profile using now your transactions. This app is coming to help us bridge the gap that has always existed in the business world. There are some businesses, due to their economies of scale, hazijaweza kuwa ziki-access credit facilities because hawana good records. Sasa hii app inakuja kusaidia kustreamline our records. So records zetu kwa biashara zikuwe streamlined. Like we can tell what you sold yesterday, uliuza nini jana. This information will be stored by the app. So it is important that even huyu customer mwenye atakuja kununua kwako via the cash payment, ufanye that transaction through the app so that this transaction is recorded as a transaction that happened in your shop. When this happens, you get higher chances of course, benefiting from access to credit. You get higher chances of benefiting from the access to credit. So I want to go to the cash payment option. If you use the cash payment option, then the app will tell me to confirm whether I want to proceed. So instead of doing the cancel, I'll confirm. Once I confirm, you can see that this purchase has been completed. So it's telling me tick, purchase completed today at 5:08 p.m. The service fee for cash payment will be deducted from your next digital checkout, or you can choose to pay the fee now. So ukiangalia hii, there is something here that you need to know. For any cash payment that you're making via the app, there is a very small fee that is charged. Of course, this fee is charged why? For maintenance of the app purposes. This app has been developed by some developers. The developers would want to, of course, maintain the app. Remember, they're not selling the app to us. So the app still, we're using it for free. They are not selling the app to us. What they are doing is they are charging a small fee for maintaining the app or maintaining the platform, so that you register, you're able to benefit, as they also get some money to maintain the operations of this. Remember, technology with time inakuwa inapitwa na wakati, so they will need some funds to of course keep it running, and that is why this fee is charged. The fee is small to this extent. It is 1 shilling for any transaction that is below 100 Kenya shillings. So for any transaction that is below 100, you pay just 1 shilling. For any transaction that is above 100, you just pay 1% of that transaction. Like, I mean 1%. What does that mean? Nikiuza something like, say, worth 1,000 on cash payment, the fee would be 1% of 1,000, which is 10 shillings. So, and then this information will be kept for me. And we need to understand something. Before I come to the receipt, we need to understand something hapa chini. That the previous cash fee balance tunaambiwa was 50, and the fee for this transaction is -2. So therefore, the remaining cash fee balance is 48, and the cash sale before settlement is 14,800. What I would want you to understand is the app gives you 50 shillings free, then unaweza tumia hiyo 50 bob, unaweza tumia ku make transactions up to 14,800 without kulipa hizo service fee. Hizi transactions zako zikishafika 15,000, that is when unaanza kulipia sasa service fee, like unailipa. Ukilipa so that you can be able to continue doing more cash sales. That is how this now operates. Then ukiangalia hapa, nimemake a transaction worth 200 shillings. Each transaction, because it was 200, nimechargewa 1% of 200, which is 2. That is all unaona. The fee for this transaction, the second option, the fee for this transaction is -2. So that means wananicharge 2 shillings. Na previous balance ilikuwa 50 because I had not used the app. Wananipeanga 50, so I had not used. So my 50 was there. I minus 2, yenye imebaki ngapi? 48. Then the cash payment before settlement, the cash sale before settlement, ina reduce from 15,000 to 14,800. Then I can view the receipt. Ukiangalia hapo juu, there is the black icon, view the receipt. Nikiguza view the receipt, of course I'm able to see what I sold and for how much. Inanionyesha that the date is there at the very top left hand side. The date is there, the time, the custom portrait photo, which is 2 times 100, which is now costing 200. That is what I was able to sell. And that is how you can be able to do this transaction using your T-Cash Soko platform. That's how you can do a cash sale. Okay, done. This is now done. So I'll just press that is done. I want us to see the third and last method of accepting payment, which is the external wallet. So I'll just pick a different, okay, I can pick a number of them because pia unaweza choose services mingi. Mtu anaweza kuwa amekuja anataka custom portrait photo moja, akuwe nataka pia engagement photoshoot moja, na akuwe nataka maybe photography moja. So huyu mtu anataka 3 different services. You can see them. Once I come to this option hapa chini ya cart, nikiguza cart, unaona zinaapia hapo kwa cart venye tu nimezichoose moja. I still have the option hapa ya kuadd kama naongeza the kind of photos nimefanyia mtu ama the products I can add. Kama na subtract, I can also subtract. So once I have this, I want to proceed to checkout because you can make multiple at the same time. That's what I want you to understand. Sisi unauza kamoja, unaweza uza pia pamoja if you're dealing with the same customer. Na anataka different services or different products, unaweza muuzia zikiwa zote pamoja. If I proceed to checkout, these three options again show up. We have exploited how you can do it via the Soko QR code, and we say that this person must have the Tcash Soko platform. The cash payment, you are able to see that you can be able to sell via cash. Huyu mtu akupatie pesa na wewe product uko umepata na app iweze kurecord that transaction. Then there is this third option, the external wallet. What does an external wallet mean? The external wallet is the money that these clients will have in their M-Pesa accounts. Remember, in our Kenyan economy, some people will have money in the M-Pesa account. So this customer might have come to your shop. He or she doesn't have the Tika Soko platform. He doesn't have cash. He only has money in his or her M-Pesa. You can still be able to accept this payment from this person. So what you do, ikifika ni option ya ku receive payment, una choose external wallet yenye iko pale chini. Ukichoose external wallet, then this shows up. This is a QR code yenye wanaweza scan na simu zao when they are using now the M-Pesa app to pay you. Wakiscan hii wanakulipa directly. So wanaweza scan, or rather if they don't want to scan, there is still another way. They can pay you via the paybill number. Ukiangalia hapa chini, they can use the USSD to pay you, and you can see the paybill number for this is 817817, and the account number is the number you registered your Tcash Soko app with. So ile number uregister nayo ndio inapia hapo as the account number. So akikulipa ataweka he'll put this 817817, this paybill 817817, and then aweke hiyo namba yako yenye uregister nayo, and then atakuwa ameshalipia hiyo service. That is how they can be able to use M-Pesa. When they use M-Pesa, I want you to understand that this money does not go to your M-Pesa account. It goes to your Tcash account. Na utaweza kuiona as a balance pale juu. Maybe, not maybe, let us try that and see how that works out. Akikuja kwa M-Pesa, atakuja kwa M-Pesa USSD. Let me swipe to it. Not used that app for quite some time. Okay, but I'm almost getting it. I'm almost getting it. Okay, let me use star 334 hash. So I was seeing how that M-Pesa transaction can go through, and I want us to confirm whether it has gone through. I was adding some 50 bob more to the account. Let us see. how this now shows up. Okay, and close the app. I open the app again. Ukiona app yako inajifunga inajifungua tena, it's okay. You can just keep on. You can just keep on refreshing it until you get the correct kind of thing. So huyo customer akikuja atakulipa na M-Pesa. Akikulipa na M-Pesa, Tcash balance yako itachange automatically. Ikichange utaona like balance yenye ilikuwa hapo has changed. So how do you now confirm that hizi transactions zimeenda through? Ukikuja kwa app yako hii side ya business, utaangalia uone today's performance. Today's performance, for example, is 200 shillings. So this shows me that I've already sold. Like the performance today has a positive value. That shows that I've already sold. Nikikuja hapa kwa transactions, utaona I've done one transaction. The orders are 0, the customers are 0, but already I've done one transaction. Why are the customers 0? Because the customer I sold this item to was buying the item via cash. Akinunua via cash, the app does not get to know the name of the customer, and therefore you will see the customers served as 0. But in real sense, ukienda kwa business, you have actually served people. And the reason as to why inakuonyesha 0 ni because the person paid via the cash method. Unaweza jiona transaction history za hiyo siku. Ukitaka kuona transaction history, hapa chini kabisa unaona kuna option ya home, orders, sell, and then the wallet. Utaguza wallet. Ukiguza wallet, you will be able to access a number of things. One of the things utaweza kuaccess ni hapo juu kabisa uta access the Tcash balance. Utaona it's 106, and of course pay later. Kuna kitu inaitwa pay later. Pay later, it's something that we're going to discuss in the course of the week, but I can mention it. Ni a way of giving credit to people. Ni kama venye unapea tu msee ana item on credit analipa tu baadaye. That is what pay later is. And this app will be incorporating the pay later. The advantage of doing this ni inatuondolea ile uchovu ya kukaa ukiandika kwa kitabu, like this person is buying an item on credit, unamwandika kwa kitabu. It will no longer be so, because this app gets to record that for us. Hapo chini, after the pay later, unaona the cash payment that we made today at 508 is recorded there. Na nikiguza hiyo cash payment, inanionyesha there is the receipt for 2 items. Nikienda kwa hiyo receipt for 2 items, then I'm able to see, I'm supposed to see, let me move back. Ukiona inaleta like kind of a delay, you just move back, then go back to where you are. So the receipt is showing here, the custom portrait photos, 200, because they are 2 times 100. And that is how you can be able to make your first sale via the Tcash Soko platform. So in case you have any question on how you can be able to make your first sale via the Tcash Soko platform, or any of the 3 ways in which you can be able to receive your money, kindly let me know via the comment section below. I will be responding to your questions as soon as I see them. Have a great evening. Let us make our first sale using the Tcash Soko platform, because Tcash Soko platform is making our businesses digital, and digital biashara is the future of biashara. Thank you and have a great evening.